Okay, let's look at review of Unit 2. The first part is just looking at things like turning fractions to decimals, fractions to percents, decimals to fractions, taking 1/5 of a number, a 2% of a number, 60 is what percent of what number. So you're just going to be working with your ratios, your proportions as an equation, and you're going to be looking at things like that. And then we get to number 7. It says, I was making $22,000 per year. I received a 5% raise. How much am I making per year now? So this is like that tax situation that we did earlier in our lectures. Okay, if the gas went from $2 per gallon to $2.25 per gallon, how much, what is the percent of increase in the price? So this is going to use that percent change that we just did in the video for our last lesson in this particular unit. If there are 12 boys and 8 girls in a group, what's the ratio of boys to girls? What's the ratio of girls to total students? So again, this was done in our sixth lesson for the unit, or fifth lesson, no. It would be the 6th lesson for the unit, and so that's what you will do for that. Percent of students are girls, so you're going to figure out the percent, how many girls to total students, so you can figure your percent. What percent of the students are not girls? Well, all you have to do is do 100 minus the percent that are girls, and you'll find out those that are not girls. Okay, now the next one is a comparison. If I can purchase 3 pounds of produce for $2, how many pounds of produce can I buy for $35? This is going to be setting yourself up in a proportion problem where you have one ratio equal to another ratio and using cross products. Same thing is going to happen in number 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 is you're going to use unit price, unit rates to decide which is the best deal. And then 15 is again going to use proportions. One ratio equal to another ratio, which is larger. Again, a comparison. So you're going to look at 2/3 of 50 or 12% of 100. So you have to calculate those two and decide which number produced is the larger number. Which of the following is an irrational number? Remember, the square roots that are not perfect squares are irrational numbers. So look at the list and choose the right one. Express the square root of 60 rounding to the nearest hundredth. Calculate it and round it correctly. If it is not rounded correctly, it will be incorrect because it tells you to round to a specific number. Right triangle, Pythagorean theorem for 1920. And then 21 is giving you various equations to solve. And then the next page is going to go into word problems, giving you various word problems to solve. And then you have absolute values to work on. And then decreased change, percent change again, and some more word problems to work on. So that is your review, and I will make sure that it is attached. And just like always, you turn your review in just before you take your test. And I will make sure this is all complete when I add it on. Now, some of you are having trouble getting everything to print out on your reviews and also on your test. If you have a number down and there's no problem for that number, you be sure to contact me and I will send you a picture of the problem that doesn't show up. I don't know why this is happening. I have no idea. I just know that it is happening sometimes. And as a result, it's harder for you to do the work. But you just need to contact me immediately, and I'll be trying to watch for your emails, your text messages, and hopefully we can get it resolved really fast. It'll be great. You'll have a good time. Now, when you're the end of that particular week, we're going into 4th of July holiday on this particular unit in the summertime. And I am going to be traveling, and I'll let you know more about that. Okay? Have a great time doing your review.